score. And another missed free throw for Boston. It's fouled. Butler just 3 for 11. Has 4 assists. Duncan Robinson drives. Blocked from behind by Williams. Quick outlet Tatum. One man to beat is Lowry. Drives inside. Missed it for a foul. As Lowry goes crashing toward the baseline and will have his 4th personal foul.
But again, the right way to attack Kyle Lowry in transition. You don't allow him to sprint ahead and set up and step in for the charge. So good at reading it. Instead, you attack him full speed ahead.
And Boston is absolutely, I don't know if that's a foul, but Boston is crushing the Heat in the 3rd quarter in transition. The floor balance of Miami has not been good at all.
Kyle Lowry go back up and down the court. He's a guy in his 16th year. He made himself into an all-star. It's a great story what he did. He's become a champion, won a gold medal. And he hasn't talked about the hamstring. Obviously, he's missed a bunch of games, but he is clearly limited right now. He doesn't have that same explosiveness. He's still out there battling and fighting, but you can just tell he's not right.
He's got to play better. If you're going to play minutes, you play better.
Absolutely.
And you know what, Mike? It bothers me not what you just did, but in general, we talk about some players' injuries, and if you and Robert Williams blocks another corner 3, this guy, I'm not shooting the corner 3 when he's closing. I'm showing him the shot.
Who's injured, by the way?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, you know, we give some guys breaks. We don't give other guys breaks. I just don't like the way it's trending.
Final of 24. Butler, Oladipo lines up the 3, way off. Rebound carries back on Robinson. Butler has to get rid of it. Can't hit it. Rebound tipped and taken by Butler. PJ Tucker kept it alive. Vincent, extra pass. Oladipo, good look for 3. Way off again. Oladipo shot the 3 well the other night. A couple of bad misses there.
They're 5 for 33 from 3. And that's why you need to have versatility in your offensive game. You need to have a posting. You need to be able to move off the screen as Williams overpowers Robinson for an offensive rebound.
And then a foul called on Duncan Robinson, as you mentioned, in the penalty.
They're just too small right now. Goes out by Williams attacking the offensive boards. It's as simple as putting them in pick and roll, and then they switch. You got a small guy either boxing out Williams or Hoffman.
But Oladipo, he was wide open. I mean, if you're going to win these type of games, it's hard enough to get an open look. When you get 2 on the same possession, you got to knock them in, or you're not winning.
Everybody knows about his defense. They all defense second team, second in the league in shot blocking. Offensively, the lob threat and the offensive rebounds. Second is the Celtics desperate. Vincent finds around the room. Jump shot is good. This year's first real big playoff finish. He's not afraid of anything. He asked him to come around. He played exceptionally well. Gave him a chance. He's a tough, hard-nosed competitor that can shoot it well. Tatum, pull-up jump shot. That's good. Jason Tatum. This is his first field goal. This is their largest lead. That's Tatum. credit to two with 3:06 left here in the third.
Pushing in transition. Good throw ahead, good throw back. Or people trace the contact and go into the bar. How about this? Back-to-back shots, giving his team a chance. Searching for scoring. He did it.
Oladipo. Well, obviously, with those two surgeries, it's been 3 years since he had that initial right thigh injury. He worked so hard, but Tucker had to be patient. And his line was, he said, you can't hurry luck, you can't hurry this.
That's pretty good.
He was singing it.
Yeah, like,
I didn't. I just want when the ball swings to him on the wing to knock it in. I really don't care about players' secondary talent. I care about their primary talent, which is what they do on this 94 by 50. And I love his defense. I don't know about what kind of
eyesight, bitch.
Still here. Reliable like AT&T 5G. What's up, little man? I'm gonna make this the regular, you know. I'll come in every day, put in the work, 8 hours, and one day, I'm really not. That's a fact.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure.
To be clear, we have never been accused of being flashy, sexy, or lit, may I? We're definitely not lit. I mean, seriously, we named ourselves Booking.com, which is kind of lit if we're talking literal. It's why the Planet Earth's #1 site for booking accommodation. We love booking stuff. And we're just here to help you make the best of your vacation. Oh, Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
I'm rubbing the arms of my chair, admiring the craft and detail I've put into it. That way I try to convince myself that I'm in control of the business side of my business. Intuit QuickBooks makes it easy for you to get a complete view of your business. Just sit back and relax.
Who that? Who? You bitch ass motherfucking speakers that you. Please tell me you're not dick riding. Say it ain't true. Say it ain't so. No, don't say nothing. Shut the fuck up, Pato. Sucio.
All new Toyota. Let's go places.
I'd rather kill myself to fuck with you hoes. Dazzled.
We saved our money, now we get to spend it. Our way.
But we worry
Do they see a piece?
For retirement planning, investment advice, and more, look for a CFP professional. CFP professionals can help you craft a complete financial plan that gives you confidence today and tomorrow. Find your CFP professional at letsmakeaplan.org.
Our Confident Forever plan is possible with a CFP professional.
Do they see a piece?
Another crazy day? Of course. You're CIO in 2022, but you're ready because you've got the next generation global secure networking from
Or was I wrong? Is it somebody to whom which I get along
all in one
with?
place. So you're covered.
If that's the case, you should have used your wit by this point. When I touch the screen, I see a comment. No, I don't. It's somebody wishing to suck my dick.
Bring on today Comcast Business. Power for possibilities.
Playoffs continue tomorrow on ESPN. Game 5.
When you see me in person, it'll be something like this with no rehearsal.
And the Hurricanes.
Snatch up the weaponry, get the dispersing.
Some great NHL
There's an entire plan involved. Just be patient. Let it boil and revolve. right now. I'm just killing them with kindness. Acting like I don't know what's going on when I got the plan going on. I ain't trying to remind her. I don't let shit slide. Last nigga that did something or said something died. Now you've been added to that list. But I don't want you dead. I just want to leave you with lumps and cysts. A contusion. Run up on you all of a sudden. Beat you into a phase of confusion. So my attitude be keep that energy, don't lose it. Hold the grudge longer than the grave holds your mother's body. What kind of shoes she got on in that box? And is she throwing a party? No hesitation, the air ball. Oh, you got your other camera in too? One for each nut. Faggot fake fuck. Wishing you was black and but you just Latin. Get your face spat in. Back then or tomorrow. Nigga, you a pussy. If from your man's a tampon, you should borrow. Nigga violated your home front and all sorts of shit. Plus fucked your bitch. Ooh, you thought we ain't know. A monkey bitch ain't shit but a jungle hoe.
Make yourself available if you can make the play ultimately.
She fucking with a below average Joe. But I heard for a little bit of dollars, she'll just blow an average Joe. She was picking fleas out of dogs' backs, ain't winning the wall. Wow. Hit him. Oh, the foul.
I'll take that any day of the week. The hustle of Derek White getting back into the picture, not quitting on a play.
This is an outstanding third quarter by Boston. Using their defense to get out of transition, get to the free throw line.
Sit that spick on the bench. You didn't belong on court. Be like us, corner. There's just nowhere to go.
Celtics have outscored the Heat 30-16 here in this third period. It's good. Jaylen Brown, we have our first double-digit lead of the game. Final seconds. Vincent, Martin fakes, fires. Another miss. And the third quarter comes to an end. The Celtics are a 10-0 run as the Heat shoot 4 for 23 from the field. Here in the third.
Weak.
Make the adjustment. They're stripping. Use your body as a shield, and then use your size to elevate. That's quality offense by Brown.
We're marooned on this planet
Fine.
because of me. I need to make it right. We could help you.
The probability of survival is 38%. Seems a bit low.
One day you're gonna come up against something you
We don't want to help you.
and then you're gonna do it. Let's get everyone home. And from then on,
I'm in agreement, me and my guns. Yes, we want to melt you.
please don't piss our Lightyear. Rated PG only in theaters. It's a gas card. Can always use gas.
Always.
You have a
Thank you.
I want them before, but
Nope.
how about now?
Still no. Hey, remember Daddy's birthday's tomorrow.
A gas card. I could use this.
Evolve your journey beyond the pump in the first ever Tucson plug-in hybrid EV.
Everyone knows to get wireless savings, you need to be on a family plan. Oh,
With Visible, I get unlimited data for as low as $25 a month. No family needed.
I guess I spoke too soon. Visible. Single line unlimited data as low as $25 a month.
When safe drivers save for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a big deal,
Did you get the ice?
even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
Who's enjoying the limelight? Brought to you by Corona Extra.
Well, Al Horford, nice play in transition. Then the spot up with the corner three off the beautiful pass by Tatum. And the first play of the second half. Catches a lob and then gets another man in transition.
If Philly Garcia didn't have the fighting spirit to drive his ambition, he never would have left home for LA with only his car to sleep in. If he listened to those who rejected him, he never would have sold that car to pay for his dream. And if he lacked the will to improve his craft, he never would have made a name for himself, lining up some of the biggest names in pro sports. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes him lion. Without it, root for those who have fighting spirit.
That's a fact.
The one is open and raised, drugstore purchase. A recent transaction. Go ahead.
Welcome back to the Eastern Conference Finals presented by AT&T 5G Air. What did you like about the way you closed out that third quarter?
Well, we just have to stay mentally stable and tough, through the fourth quarter. We had some really good looks, and we missed some offensively. I think that affects a little bit of our focus and detail on that end.
Neither team shooting all that great, but how do you jumpstart your offense, and particularly shooting offense?
As long as we can generate good looks. The last 3 minutes was not what we wanted. But before that, I was actually okay with the looks that we're getting. We missed open motions. You got to stay with it.
All right, Lisa. Well, the first look was a good one. It's not hit anything as Butler now 3-13. They have been a mentally stable and tough team, as Eric's coach has said all season long. Now they're up against equally mentally stable and tough team. White also with the Warriors. James got one on the leg and makes 6 to shoot. Kicks it out wide, swings. Puts up the three in the corner, hits the rim, deflected. White trying to get up it. And it's going to be Vincent.
Williams is really Butler. 3 for 14 from the field. That's good credit to the defense, but the individual players have a response to great defense.
Jump shot way off. And the rebound. White spins. Jaylen Brown, three-pointer. Puts it in. It's a 14-point lead.
Another job of Al Horford turning down a shot. Good for the basketball.
And Jaylen Brown playing smart, shooting over the top of the defense versus trying to drive into the team of the defense.
Butler looking on Prowse is. And Butler is the 13th player in double figures. He leads them in scoring with 11. They have 60 points and we're 90 seconds into the fourth.
Starting basketball doesn't have a field goal for the second straight game.
Strus 0 for 9, Lowry 0 for 5. Horford drives, gets it back to Tatum. Tatum a corner three. It's good. Jason Tatum. Tatum up to 15 now.
That's great basketball by Jason Tatum. Give it up early, re-space, and Butler drives into the rim. This is it, and then Tatum gets a wide open three. That's how you have to have your best players willing to play.
Horford another assist. He's got 5 of those to go to 16 points.
This is a matchup that they don't want.
Gets inside. Jump shot. Out to go. Tied up Miami. The Celtics have opened up a 17-point lead here in Game 5. With 18 to 2 left. Going back to the third quarter.
The NBA Eastern Conference Finals are presented by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. And in part by Google Pixel, the official fan phone of the NBA.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade one Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success. Even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life change.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade. Any year, any condition. Only with AT&T.
Traffic is horrible.
Alrighty, time for another one of these.
Bite into the new Primal Burrito or Biscuit with prime rib from Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th.
I got my flavor in St. Louis. The barbecue heat like nowhere else. And now, I'm bringing that flavor to you. Hope you like it hot. Introducing Ruffles Flamin' Hot Barbecue.
cylinders.
One possession at a time, offensively and defensively. Don't go for home runs. Get quality offensive trips and then one stop at a time.
Another missed three on Lyle. And it knocked away. He thought he was fouled. Back to Vincent. Vincent spins and loses it out of bounds. The Miami Heat are 5 for 37 from three-point range. That's 13%.
When you're aggressive, you get away with it. Al Horford clearly grabs Bam and doesn't get the call. But they're being outworked right now.
Also, if you work hard, it's okay with the officials.
I didn't say it's okay. We've been around long enough. We know how it goes.
Jaylen Brown hits again. Jaylen Brown has come alive. Brown 4 of 7 from three-point range. He's got 18. It's a 20-point lead.
But he's playing really smart offense as Vincent turns it over again. He's shooting with on minimum amount of dribbles. Instead of trying to play in between players, he's shooting up over the top of them.
Lowry will re-enter. A stunning turnaround at halftime. Miami Heat at a 5-point lead. Now to White. White drives, tripped up on a foul. Gonna go against Jimmy Butler, his second. White wanted in the act of shooting, so they side out.
What an adjustment made by Jaylen Brown. Not messing around with the basketball. Simple offense, catching and shooting. Putting himself in position to be effective. And a welcome sight to have him take care of the basketball.
Once again, we have a 20-point lead. Tatum double team. Brown, long three-pointer. That's good! Jaylen Brown from way downtown with a shot clock expiring. Foul down the other end. The Boston Celtics creating mayhem here in Miami and lead by 23.
Again, play made by Tatum. Brown steps in rhythm, contests the Butler too late, knocks down the long ball, giving his team life. Bench acknowledges it, and he acknowledged the adjustment made.
Marcus, it's a 24-2 run. There was a 1-point Celtic lead with 2.5 remaining in the third. Again, just one of these incredible turnarounds that happen so quickly. Upcoming playoff schedule tomorrow, TNT Game 5 West Finals. Mavs and Warriors back in San Francisco at 9 Eastern. We'll be in Boston for Game 6, 8:40 on Friday night on ESPN.
And one thing that's clear, this Celtic team has taken the fight to the Miami Heat, and the Heat, loaded with great competitors, the life has been taken away. They have not responded.
And that's what happens when you make shots, you gain energy. When you miss shots, we always say, as coaches, don't let your shooting dictate your effort and energy. But that's just talk. Most players are impacted as Grant Williams gets hit and travels.
Well, they called for a travel and got hit.
But the reality is, energy is impacted dramatically at the professional level by making or missing. And this is historic missing tonight by the Heat.
This is the number 1 seed in the East. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're shooting 29% from the field at home and 13% from three. Adebayo throws at Grant Williams, gets inside, flips it out, shot's good. Adebayo, 14. Jaylen Brown, nice quick decision, and he's fouled. It's the second team foul. Brown, Tatum, Portland. All having terrific second halves. That's 5 fouls on Kyle Lowry. Tatum against Tucker. Walker looking. 4 to shoot. Tatum leads in. That's Brown. Brown. Grant Williams shoots, gets it off the top. And the rebound goes to Bam Adebayo. Racing in, deflects it out of bounds. Still Celtic ball. As Robert Williams will check back in for Boston. Grant will sit down. Grant Williams. 11 to shoot now for Boston. The crowd responding. And Eric Spoelstra, he wanted a challenge and didn't get it in time. Tatum, jump shot from the corner. Two-pointer is good. Made the decision too late. They showed the replay on the big screen. It looked like it may have been off Boston. Adebayo, another jump shot. This one goes down again.
And they're playing him as the point center, where he's just coming down in the slot and attacking. He's gotten a couple good bounces.
Tatum, three-pointer. Duncan Robinson rebound. Adebayo drives, kicks it out, deflected by Robert Williams.
I can't overemphasize the job, the little things you do to win when it comes to playoff basketball. Derek White has done that, and he finds himself in the ball game with 6 minutes to go of a crucial ball game with Marcus Smart on his side. He's been stellar being on the street.
White, beautiful spin move. Layup is good. Derek White with a gorgeous spin move. He's got 14. It's back up to a 19-point lead. Past the midway point here in the fourth. Robinson chased, blocked from behind by White. Robinson again. White still chasing. Adebayo knocks down White. Robinson hits the three. Even Udoka is furious. He thought it was an illegal screen on Adebayo. Duncan Robinson is 33-pointer.
And that's something that the Celtic coaching staff talked to the referees about at halftime.
Jaylen Brown with the finish. Wow. 21 points now for Brown. As Matt Riley and Alonzo Mourning look on. 11 of his 23 here in this third. White almost with another block, but it was they call it a foul, and they call it on a pass. How about Derek White's defense?
Jaylen Brown's finish. Nobody moved. Nobody gets hurt. I got an appointment with the rim. Big time finish. Emphatic.
Adebayo. White, excellent ball denial on Jimmy Butler. Robinson back to Lowry. Lowry tries again. Lowry way off. Boy, Kyle Lowry 0 for 6. And that one missed by about a foot. Meanwhile, a foul. We're going to have a timeout. Under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. The Boston Celtics with their dynamic defense. And Jaylen Brown, a highlight dunk here in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
In the future, we'll travel to incredible places with the help of magical technology. But what about today? I want my magical future now. I have places to go. Rocks to climb. Sights to see. And flights to catch. I can't wait for what tomorrow will bring. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the ride.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Verizon Business Unlimited is going ultra. Get more, like Manning, event planning with our best plan ever.
Yeah, that's what I do.
With 5G ultra wideband in many more cities, you get up to 10 times the speed cost. Verizon is going ultra, so your business can get more.
A lot of people assume NBA players can reach anything.
Just like they assume they can't afford great insurance. But State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Here you go. Thanks, John Crow.
Here's your mustard.
Thank you.
Here's your mustard.
Need me to reach anything else?
No.
Because I can reach it.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
My goodness, look at you. Do a little turn for me. Let's just trim a bit here and... Oh, you saucy little minx.
Get one free sandwich with a $12 purchase on the KFC app. That's finger licking good.
I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through. Like a virgin. Touched for the very first time. Like a virgin. When your heart beats next to mine.
Ever notice how obvious product placement is?
Oh, I guess I hadn't really noticed.
Do the do. Take one step closer for your shot at history. It's Eastern Conference Finals time. Friday, ESPN.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the drive that moves you forward. Goodyear, more driven. 89-71 with under 5 to play in the fourth. Coming up next, Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. Scott will have live post-game reaction from this, including our man Tim Legler breaking down the Game 5 turning points. On the ice, Avalanche look to close out the series against the Blues, and the latest from Las Vegas as Colin Kaepernick works out with the Raiders. All coming up. SVP. Jimmy Butler goes to the free throw line.
You can't tell me Colin Kaepernick shouldn't be in the NFL right now.
I'm not going to tell you that. He deserves to be in the NFL. Good for the Raiders.
Butler hits the free throw, 12 points. Just 4 of 17 for the team. A 16-point game, under 5 to play.
Butler was phenomenal in the first two games. The last 2.5 games that he played, there's no way that he can even come close to the Celtics playing like that.
Made him try to jam in there. Good defense at time from the Miami Heat. Even in a game like this, PJ Tucker, doing 28 games for 30 years, he plays as hard as any player I've seen in 30 years.
And physically, he's not the most gifted or talented defender, but he's got strength, intelligence, and a care factor.
And Wild keeps it alive. Back down Gabe Vincent, who just returned. Vincent knocks down the three. And they cut it to 13, still 4-15 lead.
We saw last night how Golden State Warriors got back into the ball game.
We've seen it time and time again during the course of this NBA season and the playoffs. And Boston out of bounds. Last touch by the Heat. Boston has 7 to shoot.
And Boston has had trouble at times this year in trying to milk the clock and run the clock down versus continue to attack and score.
Tatum, contested jumper. Way off. Butler comes the other way. Robinson to Vincent. Vincent. Cross court. Robinson, three-pointer. Short. Williams tips it. A loose ball foul is going to go against Miami. That'll be their 13th foul.
It'll be all bad grabbing Robert Williams as he was trying to get the rebound.
That's Miles' third.
Clearly holds him. Doesn't let him get the basketball. Referee Cruz did a very good job.
Three-pointer would have cut it to the head. Instead, still 13. Tatum taking his time. He's got Vincent on him. 6 on the 20
Everyone knows to get wireless savings, you need to be on a family plan. Oh,
With Visible, I get unlimited data for as low as $25 a month. No family needed.
I guess I spoke too soon. Visible, single line unlimited data as low as $25 a month.
Oh, the best part about the app is definitely that the drinks are always half price.
This is happy hour all the time.
It's happy hour.
It's happy hour.
Yeah.
Happy hour?
And we all live happily ever after.
Introducing Gatorade Fit. Fitness starts from the inside out. Get healthy, real hydration. And no added sugar, artificial sweeteners, or added colors. Fitness starts from within. Gatorade Fit. Healthy, real hydration. All G.
Friday night, Eastern Conference Finals continue on ESPN. Game 6 from Boston. Coverage begins NBA countdown 7:30. Tip-off at about 8:40. Right now, the Celtics in the driver's seat to have the 2 lead. He had 3 or 4 to try and make things up. Marcus Smart back in. Horford, Tatum, Robert Williams, Jaylen Brown. Ball out by Tucker. Tatum has to go back and get it.
Having trouble getting the ball in on side out of bounds.
Brown puts up a 3. Tatum the rebound. Goes back up. Layup blocked by Adebayo. Smart comes up. Shot clock at 8. Smart double team against Jimmy Butler. Tatum comes back out to get it. Tatum drives. The floater's up. Won't go. Rebound goes in. Back away. Taken by Williams. Back out to Tatum. And an offensive foul on Tatum as he leaned into Duncan Robinson. That's going to be his third.
And a new way in which this is called. Tatum goes into Duncan Robinson to create the contact. That's the right call.
Robinson brought off to the side to the contact. Adebayo against Al Horford. Duncan Robinson fires up a 3. Looking to draw a foul. Smart ahead to Brown. Brown. Bring it back out.
I can't say enough about what Al Horford has done in these last 2 games and what a phenomenal trade it was to bring him back to Boston.
As Tatum is fouled by Vincent, will go to the line. Brown, many now starting to head for the exits.
And I'll make the case, there's only one other guy that impacted the game the way that Al Horford has done these last 2 ball games. That's Draymond Green. Whether he scores or not, the screen setting, the defense, the leading, the orchestrating, the turning down shots, getting guys in position to be effective shot makers. It's been incredible.
I think the quick decision with the ball, just passing it and moving it just to move it, is so vital. You gotta have a guy like that on your team to keep the offense humming and moving.
Tatum meanwhile now with 22 points. The lead is 15 with 2 minutes remaining. Tatum with 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Most scorer. Goes to Horford, spins, turns, shoots, misses. Tatum the rebound. The Boston Celtics are going to win back-to-back games. And now will be 1 win away from their first NBA Finals since 2010. Pass deflected. Brown drives, gets inside, flips it up, rolls around, and drops through. 25-point game for Brown. And a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra.
He wants to get his starters off the floor.
Good offense again, Jaylen Brown gets into the seam of the defense, tough fadeaway, and gets the bounce.
Chicken fries are back in a 2 for $5 mix and match at Burger King. Want them as a side?
A snack? Obviously. A meal? Yes. Mix and match chicken fries your way. 2 for $5. Only at Burger King.
Find it, try it, taste it, love it. Find it, try it, taste it, love it. Find it, try it, taste it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you mind. Liberty Bibbity. Liberty. Are we married to Mutual? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Summer made easy. That's Total Tech.
Al Horford and the Boston Celtics have outscored the Miami Heat 56-34 in the second half. Boston trailed by 5 at halftime. And their defense just extraordinary once again. They've had some defensive sequences. It feels like there's 6 Celtics out on the floor.
And when those 5 new guys from the bench is inserted by the Boston Celtics, Al Horford jumps off the bench, calls those guys over and has a meeting. Basically, I'm sure preaching to them how to go about finishing this ball.
And Vincent with a beautiful move gets inside. He's about 15 points off the bench. Heat down 15 as both coaches have emptied their benches. Now we look for a game 6. Where the Heat are going to have to win on the road to get another game here. This could be the last time the Heat fans see their team in person.
Embiid and Doncic did not play Pritchard. Cut down his rotation in the second half.
There's 7. Looks for the play. Well, the Boston Celtics, this whole turnaround that they've had.
Get on.
Regular season, the last 35 games, 28-7. It was all about just this dominant defense.
What up, man?
And they had so many big road games.
Salute.
This will improve their road
Watching Miami get their teeth kicked in.
So many big road victories. Victories in game 4 and 6 in Milwaukee.
What's going on with you?
Miami game 2. And here tonight, game 5.
I'm really interested going into game 6. Do you stay with your same starting lineup? Or does Eric Spoelstra have you come to the conclusion? He's pulled the trigger many times this year and changed his lineup? Or do you
What you got going on?
what you're doing?
Those are the
Have a
tough
little
decisions. That's why you get paid the big dollars.
burn sesh.
Well, the Celtics were down 3-2 in the previous round, came back and won. The Heat are going to have to try and do the same thing. As Boston dribbles it out, the Celtics steamroll the Heat here in the second half. And now have a 3-2 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals, with game 6 coming up on their home floor at the TD record.
From the beach to dusty streets, Myrtle Beach to Tulsa, with some Smokey and the Bandit shit. Cannonball Run.
Another great performance by the veteran Horford. Another one of those Celtics.
Riding with the orangutan, the orangutan riding shotgun.
Dejected Heat team walk off the floor. Jaylen Brown had 25, Tatum 22 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Horford, a little bit of everything. Derek White again off the bench.
I'm about to get out there after this.
The Heat held to just 80 points. Final score, game 5, the Celtics 93, the Heat 80. Our producer, Rodney Vaughn, director, Mike Schwab, and our entire ESPN crew. Of course, for Mark and Jeff and Lisa, Mike Breen saying thanks so much for watching the Eastern Conference Finals. Sports Center is coming up next.
I notice that, man. Every time I miss a game from start, the team don't end up doing so good. Whatever team it is that I'll be rooting for. 16-hour trip, midnight ride. That sound like what I did headed out to California. It was a 17-hour drive, but same shit.
You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card.
Skip into Typhoon Cove. The metro area's most outrageous indoor water park. Yeah.
We're doing Snickers. We did the water park yesterday. Okay, then fight me. We didn't actually go to. Is it fun? Never mind, girl.
Question for you, Snoop D-O-double G. What are we doing today?
Just living the fine life.
Great. I love that. Just blocking off my calendar.
You know, man.
So far, so good. Words. What up, though?
Best plans. Enough
Back.
You know what, Snoop D-O-double G? I think you might be right.
Till 4:30 p.m. tomorrow to get there.
You got it, Snoop. D-O-double G.
Here's my tip. Yeah, but it's just 7 layers of beans.
Push from right now till it's high, so you get there. That'd be 12 hours. Not in the morning. 10 till 1 o'clock.
No, I love sports. Me too.
Just got back from the gym. That's what's up.
It's the hardest work.
I haven't got back in the gym yet.
Don't wait. May's the month to save. Get up to $200
Like I
on
was.
Maytag appliances.
It's the summer of getting it.
I haven't been back in the gym seriously, like serious, since I caught COVID. After I caught COVID, I just like fell off.
Feels like Memorial.
I was more worried about my health than working out. But it wasn't nothing but fucking congestion and phlegm. My boy says that he thinks I caught pneumonia on the low.
And the third, I'm not going to call it a work of art, Steve. Okay?
Because my lungs was flooded
However you get it.
with fluid, like phlegm and shit.
Like we're going to break down how this whole thing turned. The Grant Williams corner 3, all of a sudden the 1-point lead's 4. Victor Oladipo trying to get to the rim. That's turned away. And the Celtics turn defense into offense. Jason Tatum. Started on the struggle bus in the first
It's
half.
cool
Now
with me
he's
because
on
I don't
solid footing. It's 67-58.
need
How about
to
Jalen
work
Brown
out.
jumper? Similar deal for him.
Really.
First half was not
I have a
good.
permanent frame that I built since high school.
It's a double-digit lead in
Type
the
shit.
fourth.
I hit the gym for endurance, stamina,
And the Horford pick.
touch of toning.
All 3 of these from Brown. The Celtics pushing that lead out. You'll notice that Miami's not able to get anything going in the offense either.
Get a bike and I'm
Horford, beautiful reverse to by Tatum. All 3 of those. Coach Spo's got no answers at this point. Hero on the
Appreciate that.
bench. Butler looks gassed. Lowry can't buy a
That shit.
bucket. Meanwhile, another 3 from Brown. And you blinked, man, and this thing had gotten away from the home team, and then Brown, exclamation point.
I ain't even realize it, but like once I caught the shit, I was pretty much congested. Been congested since. That shit kind of just clearing up now. I just got over being sick again for the last 2 weeks. And I got sick off that shit 2-3 times.
And into the fourth, that changed the entire game. What changed for you guys during that run?
And each time, it was when I came out of my little fucking bubble, my little quarantine spot, and flexed with other people, went somewhere, or whether it was work or an event.
Could you feel that things are starting to click?
Each time after, I got hit, so
We've been playing defense all year.
that shit is true. But then again, you know, I heard a comedian saying earlier in the day, that it's true. You know, motherfuckers catch a cold now and everybody worried, so. You know, you can't even catch a normal cold anymore. You know? Need to work out, let myself fall off. I've been lucky. I'm vaxxed.
Once again, you guys basically shut down Jimmy Butler. How were you able to do that?
Yeah, no, unvaccinated over here on this side. I ain't let them pump me up with nothing. I heard too many things, and then it was just too much mystery for me. Like it didn't seem right.
Technical difficulties there. We'll pick it up from there. Tatum and Brown do little things on this.
They ain't never came up with anything else
20 points each.
for anything
Game
else
5.
so drastically and with such assertiveness and mandate. They ain't never, ever. The only thing, the next in line is AIDS. And all they did was raise awareness and use fear, you know, in the unknown. And then once they finally knew something about it, just raised awareness. They never fucking mandated people do anything or take a certain shot or came up with a fucking vaccine or yeah, I get that, but I wanted to travel. It was made too fast. I respect your decision. I'm not like, I've never once said, oh, people that's getting vaccinated, they stupid. Oh, the fuck they on. I just been on my, I'm not getting vaccinated. Ain't nobody sticking me with nothing. Uncle Sam, leave me alone. Don't mandate a motherfucking thing. Don't talk to the boss. Talking about frontline workers have to be vaccinated. They didn't even give us the $10,000 they were promising us. Remember that? Frontline, well, you might not. Well, frontline workers was of all the people that kept the fucking country flowing were supposed to get a $10,000 fucking thank you note after proving that they had put forth 250 hours or something to that effect.
To just go ahead and chase him if he can on his pass. The problem is,
nobody saw
as soon as Al Horford catches it, this is such a great play.
Political politician promises. Smoke can kill 6 million a year. Drinking, what does drinking do? Probably doubles or triples that. Ain't been no rise of awareness about that. They just left the mark on the bottle, the sentence on the bottle, and now I even see bottles. I don't even see it no more. Drink responsibly. There ain't even a little side note on the shit. It's like they did away with that. Fuck it. Drink irresponsibly. Consume the hell out of this shit. I never got a flu shot. I'm against all that stuff. Now see, it's funny. I've done that. Not as of recent at all, but back when I was a kid. The only shots I've ever had in life was when I was a kid. I got the fucking smallpox, the flu shot, all that shit. My parents had me getting that shit. But that was, you know, back in the good old days when there wasn't a fear that the government was trying to fuck people over. Such a fear. So I think I got good shots.
That's why I said that's a big boy wide screen.
That was decades ago.
You're not going to get that call. Jimmy Butler thought he could cheat it, and instead that's
now we got to watch out for monkey
corner. So again, the talent taking over for the Celtics. Yeah. Jason Tatum's playmaking was big throughout the game.
I saw that. That's nothing but fucking. That's nothing but what they just did. You see, it's so funny. It's like a test. Got everybody fucking riled up and over a common cold. Monkeypox, smallpox, shit like that. Ebola, swine flu, different shit like that. But specifically the monkeypox that leaves these big, you know, abrasions and bumps and shit. That's fear tactics. You start seeing that shit widespread, then I believe we are truly the fuck in some serious fucking trouble. As if we weren't already, you know what I mean? But that's grave trouble. SARS, right. They got alcoholic water.
This is weird for me.
It's all
I don't think I've ever gotten to a point this deep in the playoffs where I literally have absolutely no idea what I'm about to.
Right, alcoholic seltzer water, right? The hard seltzer. I was seeing. I was like, the fuck is that? Like, I mean, I know what it is. I'm just like, I don't care for it.
Every other night, right? And I know Mark,
but it's like a light introducer, a gateway drink that allows a beginner drinker or a weathered one that take it easy but still get the effect.
We got it, you got it, TNT, whatever. We're watching these games, but do you feel like maybe a night in
Pure
between
alcohol
someone and
reward,
catch
like
a rut would benefit these teams.
club
We're certainly going to get it in the finals, so it's going to help, particularly coming out of this series here in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, rum and coke.
Has more weapons and more answers than any
Just take out the coke, throw some seltzer
It's
in
going to
it.
benefit these two teams greatly
Rum
when
and
they start
seltzer.
getting, whoever gets there, when you start getting multiple nights off, there's no doubt, because it's not just guys being tired, it's also, there are a lot of guys, it seems like, that have lingering injuries.
But,
They're
yeah.
just not healthy, and that puts more pressure on the
Boy,
healthy side.
there's so many things to fucking harm us. I think the monkeypox thing is just to see how much traction they can get. How many more sheep,
And that fit. I mean,
or how much more control, or how much more
and I
influence
think I'm with you.
can
it
we
just speaks to them,
accomplish
and Boston's
with
defense is
just
suffocating in Miami, you know. They're
throwing
gonna go win now because
truths out there? I mean, you know, it's a whole thing, and monkeypox is a thing, right? Smallpox is a thing. All these diseases we mentioned are a thing. But the funny thing is that they've always been a thing. They've always been a thing.
Haven't been since 2010, lost in 7 to the Lakers.
And there's been mentions, acknowledgments
A 3-2 deficit
of new viruses in the last 10 years. Fucking list with 15 on it. 15 different shit, different things. None of those 15 except one was ever blown out of control. Hey, whoa, COVID. Population control, right. Mind control, crowd control. They want to see. Let's see who else we got. We got any naysayers? We got any people that's gonna fall in line? Should we put together some bullshit for like an anti-solution? Is it even worth it? Let's just shake the people up, because we're actually letting our hold go on them. And don't forget, while we're letting them return to some ideology of freedom, we got to keep them shook. We still got to keep them scared. On the medical side of things.
I guess that's a nice catch.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22
That's what I think
when they
that
join the
is,
Galaxy.
personally.
Any year,
But
any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old
Four Loco and Jewel Vape is the new Saturday morning
something new
cartoon.
that suits your life now.
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll
Yeah,
never forget
who,
your old phone ever.
somebody fucked themselves up. Who was it?
Get a free Samsung Galaxy
surprised.
S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year,
Doja Cat or somebody like that. A female artist, a young female artist,
Possible with a CFP professional.
had to
A
get
CFP professional can help you build a
some sort of surgery or some shit
Let's make a plan
because she was vaping too much.
CFP
Vapes like gave her throat cancer or some dumb shit. I don't know. Something to that effect. I was like, damn. And vaping only came about what the fuck? 4 years ago. Are we rounding the 5-year marker?
Some relationships.
I've got vape pens around here like it was a fucking store or some sort. I could hand out 5 vape pens and still have a vape for myself. I don't use them like that. I see this shit as an emergency. When I can't roll a blunt or I don't have and I don't want to go on the blunt run, all right, let me just. All right, I'm good.
But State
Is it?
Farm has rates that fit any budget.
I don't live and die by the vape at all. At all. I felt the harshness in burning. That shit is tough.
What's this kid made of?
Surprisingly,
Brainwash a sheep, follow a sheep. Yeah, the sheepable.
State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
I think that's what it is. They just want to check and see what hold they still have.
for a better way to find money in your home,
Yeah.
Rocket can.
And not even so much, yeah, just to also cause like control, you know, the coach's job is to control the team morale. The government
More than cable for less than cable.
is fucking with controlling the country morale.
Less paying tons of hidden fees. In other words, more show for less dough. And it rhymed.
Everybody was already ready, getting a party, making plans. Oh man, it's good. Okay, we get back to normality. Hey, there's this fucking other crazy shit out there. Y'all be out. Y'all be safe. Who know? What do you know to protect from it? Here we go again. Let's get on. There's another ride up ahead. Come on, let's go. Fuck. What are we supposed to do? How do you protect yourself from monkeypox? And then there it is. I don't know. Do you? No. Well, let's do some searching. Oh, well, the talk of town is that you got to pull your ear 3 times, smack yourself around, draw your own blood, and some weird fucking remedies type shit, right?
Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt.
I'm not trying to lower numbers. I feel it's a proxy war against free thought and choice by the hive mind agendas.
Biggest movie event. Thor, Love and
Pretty much what I just said. All right, we're all in agreement. And population control.
Because of that high-level read, we're going to give you the honor.
Population control doesn't necessarily have to be negative.
Stanford, Oregon.
Population control can be we're maintaining things, controlling the team morale, controlling the algorithms, controlling the media message. I know it's about, it also defines, killing people off, and I believe they're doing that. But it also has more definition than just killing people off. Population control would consist of what I just mentioned: mind control, fucking crowd control, fear mongering. Keep a hold on people that way. You do.
They have taken a 3-2.
Especially when you're the one that people are listening to, and when you speak, everyone hears it. They even translate what you say into every language on the planet. The news. Yeah, and they're controlled by the hive.
Thanks so much for coming out of the locker room to say hello and joining us once again on the show. Your defense was suffocating, and that second half.
What have we just underwent?
If you grab this victory to head home with an opportunity to close
controlling the souls of the weak.
How does that really sharpen the focus and get you guys to buckle down on that final 20?
And attacking the souls of the strong. Yeah. But life has been that, and that game they have been playing since all of us that are in this conversation right now were born. Before all of us in this conversation were born.
I would try to get Al's audio situation.
Each and every last one of us, give a damn about the age difference, grew up in that. Need I remind you? Oh, y'all. Yeah. Remember the fun phrase, survival of the fittest? It's always been that. Year after year after year. It resets at New Year. Survival of the fittest. I think that's what the whole fucking celebration of New Year's is for. You made it through the gauntlet of the year? Yeah, pass that fucking champagne. Whew. All right, 2023, here we come. This year's gonna be my year. 4, 5, 6 bitches. Hey, Craig.
Unfortunate to be able to dish the rock to Stephen A. Smith.
Oh,
let me first establish
Snake Eyes. Damn. Been a fucked up year. I'm glad it's over. I barely made it. Barely. Just barely.
We've got an incredibly capable defensive team in Boston, and we have an awfully banged up and seemingly exhausted
Nathan Mayer, the Rothschilds, man.
What did we see?
I didn't even know first names. I didn't even know we were on a first name basis. I just know the family name. Yeah, fuck the entire family.
One of the most terrific offensive performances you've seen. That's really what this comes down to. Boston Celtics are an elite defensive team. We get all of that. But I will remind you that Max Strus, somebody that we've been raving about for in the regular season.
The Hunger Games is real. That's just what took place. The Hunger Games with a touch of Purge. Hunger Games, Purge, and then what none of us seem to give any type of fuck about, myself included. I'm interested, but there's so much going on. But with the so much going on, the aliens are here too. Congress, the government's acknowledging it, they're holding hearings. Air Force members, all sorts of people coming forth, all the other people that people were saying are crazy are looking like, the people that know the way now. The aliens here. I don't know which ones. I don't know which species or whatever. But I have assumed for the longest that they have
You can't make shots.
crashed an alien ship and reverse engineered
Tonight,
their
they
shit.
assembled a bunch of construction workers looking like they throwing bricks all over the damn place.
Oh
And that is
shit.
why the Miami
Steven
Heat
Smith
are
with the
going to
ultimate
Boston.
joke. Nigga shit looking like a bunch of construction workers throwing bricks all over the place. I like that one.
I ain't coming back to Miami.
They can contaminate global food. Oh, they are contaminating global
Think
food
back to you
chains.
and I several years ago, and anytime you start going with that's a wrap, you know you got to be careful. But given the situation that the Heat find
Thus,
themselves
why
in, I mean, that's a proud team. It's a well-coached team. It's a
Whole Foods and Trader Joe's
I don't know that they have enough that
and Sprouts
48 minutes to get
became such
against the Boston team that, like you,
great,
want to go back to Miami
you know,
either. I just wonder
providers. They became the way, and they're also so expensive.
Throwing ourselves on the sword. When we got called out, we both thought that Milwaukee or Toronto was done in that Eastern Conference semifinal final series against Milwaukee because Giannis had to scoop on the Bucks.
See it? And back to what I was saying, back to where we live in. They make it harder every year. That's all. That's what's going on. The same old shit that from last year. That's gonna happen again this year. But we got some new shit too. So it's been that accumulation easy for the last 10 years. That's why people are so insensitive, desensitized to shit, because you don't even know what the fuck to attach yourself to anymore. It's so much fucking chaos and depression and fucking, you know, damn, how do I make my way out? How do I make my way through? Life is a bunch of fucking gauntlets and gladiator academies.
There's very few feelings in television worse than speaking and realizing the person can't hear you. So now that I've established that you can, let's talk about that second half, where you all have an opportunity against the crowd.
Stay blessed, meditate. I'm about to head out. One love. All right, man.
Put this game to bed and head home with a chance to close it out.
Stay safe. Stay smart. Don't forget to meditate. I see you when I see you. Next time.
We understood what was in front of us, and you know, I'm very grateful for this opportunity that we've had tonight to come out here and show what we can do. The first half was tough for us, but in the second half, I felt like we really locked in and just continue to do what we do on the defensive end.
Your stars on the offensive end, Tatum and Brown in the second half. I mean, they're so young, but they've been in the league so long. It's like
stay in the race.
Which they are in a sense. I wonder what you would, how do you describe the effort they
That's
do on
crazy.
the offensive end?
I said it yesterday.
It was great. You know, I felt like in the first half we were rushing a little bit.
And now it's in the media
Playing the way we
that
wanted to, and those guys really, at halftime we talked about
Kevin Samuels' family
poised, you know, took what the defense gave them and really
suspects foul
big
play.
shot after big shot. It was really fun to see them be able
I
to
said
play
that
the
shit
game what they do.
yesterday.
Okay. I have one more quick one. I'm interested. I was going to ask Stephen A., but I'd rather ask you because you're the one in the arena. Every other night out, it's different this year, and how much of a toll is it taking not getting that little extra bit of rest? If maybe a second night in between these games, how much you feel like it might benefit?
That would be super fucked up.
Yeah,
But he was targeted because
you know, the schedule is
why?
this way. But yeah,
I know the answer to the why.
As much rest as we can between now and the
But you
next
gotta
one.
be kidding me.
And these are grinds.
Nothing's changed.
You know, we're all feeling it, and but I wouldn't have it any other way.
A black man can't speak
All you want is one more series
with a platform
You'll get the rest come summertime, and nobody
and
wants
have
to come,
audiences and crowds, can't speak positively and against the grain to shit that has been laying incorrectly without losing their life. I mean, that's what happened to Malcolm X. He got killed for that exact explanation.
That's what I hear. I've been hosting the show. I gotta find out with you.
Now, Kevin Samuels, if it's foul play, he got killed for the same exact shit. We can't jump to conclusions, but maybe something more personal if it's foul play. I don't know, but
Question for you.
I'd have to go with the
What are we doing today?
off top obvious because he was a person speaking
Blocking off my calendar.
against the grain of shit that had been laid down, and many people didn't approve, but many did.
You know what's new, DOWG? I think you might be right.
That makes you a target. You got a lot of people that agree with you. I could say so. You got a lot of people that agree with you, fuck with you, rock with you. You will additionally have a lot of people that hate you and attempt to target you.
And all-day dance party starts the night before. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts. They'll keep you both
They bombarded us so much with the catastrophe, people don't even know what to care about. This is it. Right. When one is just trying not to drown, unconcerned about the sharks in the water. Right. Right.
With my hectic life, you'd think retirement would be the last thing on my mind. Hey, Mom, can I go play video games? Sure. After homework.
And you're really fucked if you don't know how to swim. And if you do know how to swim, well, how good how good are you at treading water? It's a challenge for everybody.
Thanks, no problem. Voya helps me feel like I got it all under control.
How good are you at keeping your head above water? That's a whole thing, right? You just stay safe. I could be, switch that up, you know. I don't switch up the send-off, you know what I mean? Keep your head above water. Alright? Keep your head on the swivel and above water. Alright, have a good one. But the ill shit is that they're out there with us, but they got the diver suits. They got the air tanks. They even got a goddamn subnautic lab. You know what I mean? They're good. They have us under the microscope. They're observing us. It's not the other way around. It's never been. Who the hell is watching the government? Please tell me. How would you go about watching the government? They damn near like God. You believe in them. They're out of sight. You feel their presence. You just never see them. Well, I'm going to recant my statement about never. I believe I saw God once. Either God or Jesus, somebody, man. Seriously. And that was the time that I almost died. They say you experience shit when you go to the other side, when you're brain dead.
With Volkswagen, any choice.
I remember shit.
More vehicles are arriving all the time. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the joyful 2022 Taos. Limited inventory available.
I've seen the good and the bad.
Miami and Abyss.
Seen a fucking goddamn blown goat come walking out of my room in the middle of the night. I would assume that might be Lucifer himself or one of his patriots. Maybe the mascot of hell? I don't know.
How this series has gone thus far. We're 4 minutes into the game. Arturi Lankinen and Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon's first goal of the series.
But yes, that was prevalent back then too. Do this, right? Oh wow, oh shit, it's nothing but the John Cena, but you don't know what the fuck my goddamn right hand doing, do you? You can't see it. I got you distracted with the left. Do this shit, you know, with the hand, you know, something. Damn, what's up with him? Why is he the whole time I'm picking a combination lock that you don't see right here? You know? They're good for that. And that's how they use the media every time. Go figure. John Depp and Amy Heard, I think they're involved in it. They're part of it. They're the new quiet distraction. Look how they got on Will Smith and his wife, Chris Rock. They got up off and all that. And before then, it was something else, somebody else. But all the while,
That's just outrageous.
they're changing laws.
Hats everywhere. Show
Like-
it to me again. It's end to end. Look, McDavid's McDavid, but this is on the short list of goals of this postseason through everybody.
They know what they're doing,
Literally
man.
everybody. And just like that, the Avalanche take the lead. Again, if they win, they're on to the finals.
They know what they're
But
doing.
then here come the Blues.
And it all ties back to population control.
Blues tie the game into overtime.
The start of civilization started with some dude convincing others that something they ain't know about. It was beyond their depth of knowledge. Gave them enough knowledge to go with, but it was really out of they were out of their league. Y'all need to go ahead and get the fuck inside because the gods are angry. And it ain't nothing but a level 2 storm coming in.
Got down and didn't want the season to be over.
Right.
And,
Regular,
some big goals late.
the gods aren't upset. This is
Be on the
what happens.
End of the one in overtime, but yeah,
But
it was awesome.
the shaman,
For next game. What did you see?
the original government,
Just got a little bounce up top.
the original member of government,
In overtime, there's definitely no such thing as a bad
was in
shot.
control
Just tried
of
to get
everyone
it
in the
through on
village.
traffic and,
Was in control of the king and the queen. They turned to the shaman. They got all the power. You speak against them, lose your head, lose your life. In any setting. In any setting. The chief, the chief this. Yeah. You going against the tribe in a way, but they always went for advice on what's going on this planet from the shaman. He'd shake a cherry apple tree a bit. He's all into his vibes and shit, you know. But Buddy really didn't know nothing. Let's be honest. Buddy was no more in touch with the gods than we are. It's strange times. You got goofy people hollering unite for Ukraine when they can't even be bothered to unite for them. That comes back. You talking this government shit. It's our government right along with it. They'll take our money that they take from us and give it to others.
And when you look at it from the lens of the Raiders owner, Mark Davis, it's very real. It goes back to a conversation I had with him 2 years ago. We're talking,
you know, money's going here, going there, because we gotta help out, but we don't help ourselves. I don't mind helping. I don't mind helping others. I don't. But I do mind helping others when I don't. How the fuck am I gonna help others if I can't help myself? My shit ain't good. I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing. I'm just as fucked up as you, if not worse.
From the football lens, the football side of things, you have to wonder how he would fit. He hasn't played in an NFL game since 2016, and the Raiders do have a couple of.
So what? Football's football, man.
Who they traded for from the Patriots.
It's good for that guy. He went through all
also
fucking
Mullins, who's
bullshit because he
Uh,
stood up
Daniels does speak
for
the
what's
media. They have an OTA work.
right.
First time the media can go in there and watch. And
Again, he went against the peripheral fucking grain of being, instead of being desensitized, and he took a stand. I mean, just bottom line. I don't give a fuck if he was the greatest player or the shittiest fucking player. That's what he chose to do. I don't knock him for it. In school, back in high school, if we didn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, you didn't get sent to detention. They might have put a mark on your shit. Yeah, he's non-patriotic. But that was that. You didn't have to.
Kick the tires on him at least. The commissioner, Roger Goodell, has already said basically that the NFL, he didn't admit any guilt, but they didn't really handle the whole
And it
thing
is
well.
strange
The word blackball, that's not really going to come out of the commissioner's office anytime soon, but this would be a way, and leave it to the Raiders, who've always been at the front of society issues and things like that. They
Shadow banned, blackballed.
In modern NFL history, and Art Shell, the first Latino to win a Super Bowl, Tom Flores, the first minority to win a Super Bowl, Tom Flores, the first female CEO, Amy Trask. So This again kind of kicks the can down the road a little bit, but you hope that somebody else picks it up and runs it in from there.
Well, and listen, it also speaks to Kaepernick, because what the NFL can say that's not what we did, and then you could put it in Kaepernick's lap and say, what role did you want? You know, were you really interested in a role if it wasn't a starting role? I mean, I don't think we ever know any of that, but now we know for certain that he was there today, and I guess we find out a little bit more tomorrow from McDaniels.
What we know is that was a man that wanted to play football, period.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have been on the field in the first place to take a kneel. He was in uniform when he did so, right? All right. Wanted to play football.
Put it on the Heat in the second half.
Shit like that. That was used. That was used. That was used. I forget what fuckery was going on at that in particular point in time, but I'm sure that was used. That was a distraction. The whole Kaepernick shit. Not just like right now. Originally. And that was also proof of how much hundreds and thousands of miles we have to go to arrive to where we need to be as citizens in this country.
Here you go. Thanks, John Crow.
He's your master.
Thanks, Moa.
Let me to reach anything else?
No.
Because I can reach it.
Steve Kerr just got very emotional over the passing of the children. I agree. I'm not about to criticize him.
But there's a catch.
But
it's over $750 less than cable.
Nobody's talking about firing him as a coach. Nobody's turning it into something that it isn't. And he plead out to people, authorities, all in one. I don't know if you heard it. It was the night that they lost. I never stand for the anthem. I ain't subservient to a scrabble, or cloth.
We are bringing you the nation's largest
And same.
Available to more homes
Same.
than anyone else.
I'm hella patriotic. I'm not like, oh, we're America. No, I'm like, this is what I've been born into, where I'm at. There's been no arrangements to go back to Africa. I'm just surprised our government never
Others go at full speed.
actualized that.
And then there are those who even fly. Because nobody wants to be late.
Oh, well, if you really want to go back to Africa, we have a program in Africa. We'll welcome you. Here's some funds. Yeah.
Spend the weekend with your
Make it an option.
Saturdays and Sundays at night on Unimas.
You may be familiar with the law firm of
Here, look.
Block and Chappelle. Block and Chappelle has been helping people with their legal needs for over 30 years.
That would be forcing that. That would be completely legal. And it's not fair. But has it ever been? But put that together.
We are also a family law firm.
And then those who accept get their
service you deserve.
also get immediately get their the reparations. If you agree to leave, you also get your reparations. Yeah, it's something like 2-3 billion.
Shop Tempur-Pedic and save up to $500 on adjustable mattresses.
I'd do it.
And get a
Detour
$300
straight to
instant
France.
gift. Plus, get 0% interest for 60 months.
Buy myself a
Only
small
at
castle along the Riviera of France, down in Toulouse.
Can always track my people's cell phones just by looking at their cell phones.
I share my numbers with my wife and my daughter. And if I'm out in the yard working or busy, she'll come out and tell me, hey, you're going too low. I'm working hard. It makes me feel good that they're watching.
It's fucked up. We could have been having this conversation since the 90s. And things would just be continually getting worse with all the events. And we wouldn't have anything. We wouldn't have nothing. Anything to show that the government, our government, acknowledged this problem and came in to govern the situation and assess and help. No, there's been none. I've been paying that much attention politically in life. America ain't helping its own. America eats its own. I forget the group. It was back in the 90s. Maybe it was Rage Against the Machine. On the cover album, they had the Statue of Liberty eating people. That's why I like that tattoo that you want with the Lady of Liberty and all that. Because I remember that depiction, and it was just America eats its own, and that's a fucking fact. That's a fact.
For the most part this season,
I can't say anything about any other country because I don't know.
We've been extremely successful.
But I can speak for what I've been born into. Oh yeah, this is the land, survival of the fittest. I don't know so much about being the land of the free. Now, in that definition, I'd have to say, yeah, in comparison to what I do know about other countries, I guess we are the land of the free. Okay. But, you know, that's because we have more privileges as the prisoners of our government than the other governments and civilians do. That's all it is. We're just more privileged prisoners. If you ask me.
Celtics series was a lot of art, and then that game 7 was kind of fell apart.
And I was never going to go put forth any servitude for a country and a president that I know, I gather, don't give two fucks about me. So I wasn't going to go pick up a gun and start killing other people with the hatred that I had built in my country that was bestowed on my shoulders and start just killing other random fucking foreign people on foreign lands for motherfuckers that don't give a shit about me. Desert Storm is where I would have joined in. Everything I hear about Desert Storm, shock and awe, everything from the soldiers that went, no matter how many tours they did, whatever, it all ends the same. They're upset that they're not being taken care of. And this ain't just black. This is black, white, Latin, just the fucking soldiers.
You've watched a lot of basketball. Do you think this heads back for a game 7?
None taken care of. Left to their own demises. So back to the survival of the fittest.
They may be able to squeeze it out. The Celtics are the better team. They were the better team against Milwaukee. Now, part of that was because Chris Middleton was hurt. And Celtics have definitely benefited from injuries in this postseason. That's just the truth of it. And the other fact is that
I wouldn't give a fuck if they remixed it. They probably should. Remake the Constitution. Remake the anthem. We need a reset or restart. That's what they're doing anyway.
Because they should have probably lost game 3 if Boston hadn't had that crazy turnover.
But they're going about it
The Celtics are a very formidable team. They're a championship quality team. They get one more win. They're going to be in the finals for the first time in over a decade. That's a big thing.
If that would have been done by the government, it would have showed
Brian, appreciate the time. Look forward to talking
the acceptance
Friday or beyond that,
for change, unity, equality.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
For the government to stand up and be like, you know what? It was a different time, same place, different time on the timeline of civilization and people, socialness. We all know that. Moving forward, we're gonna do this. Everybody would have went. Those that wouldn't have went for it would have been the radical racists, and you know they've been here and they're gonna remain. So you know, fuck them.
Detroit Wednesday afternoon. Candelario, a tiebreaker, a 2-run homer in the top of the 10th. That put Detroit up to stay.
But you know that'll never happen. So
Austin Riley.
I've always thought it's what needs to happen. I got these thoughts.
That's 900 feet.
Long time. No, they just need to change shit. Follow through on the word given. That's how you make things right. But then I came to realization they don't want things right. They want things right for themselves. Very selfish.
set.
When things right for themselves, everybody else, you fend for yourself. And you deal with the fucking program in play, protocol in play.
In straight sets, 2-3, then 7-6. He's 17-1 in the second round of Roland Garros.
And that ain't fair.
Carlos Alcaraz facing Albert Ramos.
That's why you have the saying to follow through on here. No one ever said life was going to be fair.
The break there, forced by Alcaraz.
It makes it acceptable.
And he'll end the match 6-1, 6-7.
Why hasn't anyone went out of their way to make life fair?
6-4.
Shit, we can't even get fair justice.
There's only one lens with which we view Roland Garros as Rafael Nadal.
We should never, but I guess we have to put fair treatment on the back burner. Can we get some fair justice?
Taking on Corentin Moutet. Nadal races in, cross-court winner.
And it's the system
And Nadal wins.
that's in play, that's been in play, that needs revisal. Needs a rehaul, revamp, remodel, reapproach.
Stanley Cup playoffs have been just
I don't think that there's anything unpatriotic about that. We can keep the old one, put it in the museum somewhere.
Thursday on ESPN and the app. Our coverage of the
And end with the new Constitution. There's a new testament every fucking 3 years. Can we get a new Constitution? There's a new look, there's a new trend. We're always with the newness. What about that Constitution, though?
Brought to you by the Bob Burgers movie. This Friday, get your buzz to theater.
Makes sense if you think about it.
Barbie really wants this dream house, and she
I've
found
thought
out
about it and noticed that they do nothing about it, but
Of course, and she has a verified approval that lets sellers know she's backed by Rocket Mortgage.
further shit into purgatory, into the gates of hell.
And finance, Rocket can.
That's not great. I could get him today.
Get the parts fast and the job done faster.
And to speak to our effect, it takes going through some shit
Download the app. Enjoy the rewards program.
to realize shit, to get like where we're at. You and I specific. Chemistry into that of which the understanding we have. Every aspect or attribute that you can put out about us. If you were all in, caught by the system, or me, either one, it wouldn't be that. We're both rebels for the right cause.
We're also about getting it done. Getting the yard done so you can play in it. Getting the deck done so you can relax on it. Getting the
If the
garden
shoe
done
on the
so
other
you can
foot,
enjoy, well, eating from it.
I'd be like, yo,
Home Depot has everything you need to get it done.
look, the solution's still the same. Yeah, we need to make things right.
Feels like
You looking at me like I'm crazy. Hey,
outdoors get more done.
things are good the way they are. You know, they're rigged for us. Yeah, I know that. It's that. Like, you know what I mean? We're actually good. We're really, 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 for every time I mention the word really, 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 really good. And they're not at all. We need to do something. You know, it's just the humanitarian in me. Call it the humanitarian in me. You know, we need to do something. I'd be ousted.
Challenged authority. It made a lot of people uneasy.
They have a term for that.
Leaders feared them. Religious leaders abhorred them.
It's not northern Louisiana either.
We have to shut them down, they said. Get them off the streets. Protect our communities from these troublemakers.
That's ill
But they want part of the game.
as well.
Hate and terror.
And hate, look how the commercials back on what the fuck I'm
They were
saying.
spreading love.
What we're saying.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can
And at the
try.
end of that, they just said Jesus was wrongly judged. This is a whole Jesus commercial. HeGetsUs.com. the reason Lady Justice is always depicted as blind because that bitch turns a blind eye to the plight of the disenfranchised. Right. She ain't even got to turn a blind eye. The bitch got voice recognition. She's blindfolded, ain't shit covering her ears. Karen, is that you? Don't worry, you'll get justice. I got it. Joe? For sure. Oh. Rashid versus us? Yeah, no justice there. You don't need to see. You're passing judgment by hearing. It's hearsay. And we all know that bitch be peeking. Oh, it's one of them, right? My job is to just look good and pretend. Just like the other bitch sitting down in the harbor. Lady Liberty and the Statue of Liberty. Them bitches on some shit. They're just political models. They're political supermodels. Those are the bad bitches of politics.
Scraped some fingers in her leg, and then we came home.
Never even looked at it that way.
9-year-old did today. I wasn't a father when Sandy Hook happened. I didn't know that very specific dread a parent feels so deeply about the safety of a school being shattered. But I do now. We're a great nation filled with great people. I truly believe that to be true, whatever differences we may have. But I can think of no greater failure than our continued inability to shield ourselves from this very specific American problem. A grocery store and a school in 2 weeks.
Yeah, now see, he ice skated over that with we're a great nation filled with great people. We're not a great nation.
I've thought and I've prayed too. But if that's all you got,
I'll go for the great people, but everybody ain't, and the greats are struggling.
What is it that you pray will be?
Address that, then enter. Speak about the social disorder in this bitch. And why is that? What does that stem from? Where is that programming coming from? Why is that? What has brought about this?
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade.
I would go for improper government.
Any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
YouTube TV is more than cable for less than cable. More watching tons of your favorite live TV, less paying tons of hidden fees. In other words, more show for less dough. And it rhymed.
This is SportsCenter Los Angeles.
A pivotal Game 5 in Miami. Could the top-seeded Heat get cooking in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics? As Brittany Griner continues to be wrongfully detained in Russia, her wife sits down to explain her perspective and her plea to the U.S. government.
Year after year, it's the same
Looking to bury the Blues as they pursue a Western Finals appearance. But Barry Miles will join us to break down the turn of events.
My opinion would be great to see government, the states following suit to make substantial effort and change
Never go away. They forced an
for the face of
overtime
this
after being
country.
down 3-0 to Colorado, and guess what? They won. Barry Melrose is going to join and talk about that.
You sure Barry's the only person you need to talk to?
I need to talk to everybody. We all have a story.
Jalen Rose will join us to break down Game 5 with the Celtics and Heat. They were tied at 2 with Miami holding the home court in what is now a best of 3. They were at home for Game 5. Lots of players been nicked up in this series, but all the key players on the court Wednesday night doing whatever they could.
Yeah, you're with that age range, for sure. We lived through the phase where Same problems that it faced today, somewhat. But people weren't blatantly trying to throw it in other people's faces. Now, motherfuckers be trying to clown. That raises anger levels. Raised anger levels from groups.
Taking command, Miami up 2 after 1, late second quarter. Jason Tatum kicks it out to Al Horford, who's running from 3. Tatum 5 first half assists. Horford keeping the Celtics in it. But the Heat come back. Max Strus missed the layup. Adebayo there for the putback. He had 6 offensive rebounds. Miami with 19 of them.
And as I was saying the other day, additionally, hatred is taught.
Misses the corner through to PJ Tucker there for the rebound in the lane. You see Miami outscored Boston in the first half 16-2 on second chance points. They held the Heat to 32%.
Taught and learned.
8 minutes to play in the third. Strus, no goal in the 3. Miami 7 of 43.
Man, people could teach you shit and you may not
Laid in for the foul. Actually 7 of 45. I'm sorry for Boston.
want to use that information. We'll never use that information. We've been taught things from beyond high school, junior high school, have never used again. Certain shit. Hatred. Racial hatred. And it's ill that that's a thing too. It's hatred. Doesn't necessarily mean it's racist. But there's also racial hatred.
Horford to Tatum. Boston 10 for 33 for 3 as a team. Tatum 2 for 8. Celtics up 15. Next Celtics possession. Tatum working on
Imagine the 2.
Tatum with 22 points.
I think that's what overall, collectively, we're up against. The hatred and the racial hatred. You can't undo that. It comes down to the same situation like with a drinker or someone with an addiction. It has to be, that decision has to be made by that person. No one can actually force them to stop but them.
To take a 3-2 series lead. So now the Celtics lead 3-2 in a series. They won 40 of 44 series when they've been up 3-2, but all 4 of those losses have come since 2009. The Heat, meanwhile, are down 3-2 for the 10th time in franchise history. But no team has overcome a 3-2 series against it at a better rate than Miami. Miami has 61 odds to win the series and 7 at Century Sports.
Okay, cool. Got it.
All right, we're not done with Game 5.
We're not done.
Jalen Rose in Miami. He's going to join us a little bit later to help break it all down. So stick with us on SportsCenter.
All right, cue the Men in Black theme song because we now have Barry Melrose joining us looking very, very sharp. And what an incredible game. How about that, Barry?
It was unbelievable. It was one of the best games I've seen. Every night in the NHL, we seem to up ourselves and have a better game than the game the previous night, and that's what this was all about. The Avs on the favorite to win this thing and get it over with and move on to the next round.
Right, and they're on home ice, so you would think all the confidence in the world. We go for Game 5. Avs fans showing their support for Nazem Kadri. Everyone standing with him. 4 minutes into the game is when the fun gets started. Arturi Lehkonen finding Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon just getting started here, Barry.
Oh, there's the beaver tail. He wants the puck. Whenever you see a hockey player doing that, give him the puck right away. He wants it. He needs it. And right there, you saw why.
Sports, music.
First, McKinnon to Mikko Rantanen. Goes back to McKinnon, and he won't stop.
Eateries.
Look at McKinnon speed through the neutral zone. Little give and go. Defenseman cheats, leaves
Sports,
alone.
music events, eateries.
Scores another goal. What a night he had.
And he's so physical while he's doing it too. It's incredible. Okay, about 6 minutes left in the second.
And drinking holes.
The last time the Blues raised a 3-goal deficit, facing elimination was 1986. But here we go. Vladimir
Oh, what they left the people since 1986.
He had a great game.
Nice mention of the year.
Consistently, but right there, probably the biggest goal of
Nothing is really
5 minutes left in the game. 3-2.
elevated from that as far as for what people do when they go out.
Yeah, but he's a defenseman. What's he doing behind the net? As a matter of fact, so, but right. Why stay out the blue line? Get up there and score the goal, which he did.
Hey, whatever works. Blues tied it 3-2 minutes later. You know who it is. Watch McKinnon glide on in from coast to coast, and of course, he buries the hat trick.
peanut butter and toast. What a beautiful goal that is. The hats are coming down. Great play by the best player on the team, one of the best players in the world. Look at the speed right here. Just beats everybody, goes in, throws it short side over the goalie's shoulder. Fantastic goal. Very impressive.
Smooth as peanut butter. So, just incredible. The first player in Avs history to score a hat trick in a potential series
Say smooth as peanut butter. Smooth.
And what do you know, Robert Thomas with his second goal of the night and the most important one there.
Can you imagine that? 2 goals, 2 tying goals in one night in games like this, the importance of these games. Fantastic night for him.
And this is when it counts. 4 minutes into overtime. You love to see the vet become the hero for his squad, Tyler Bozak, winning it for the Blues, Barry.
Tyler did not get a lot of ice time in this game, especially late in the third period. But put the old dog out there. They need him. And he's got a good shot. He's always had a good shot, not scared to shoot it. And you've got a little bit of experience there. Doesn't get a shot blocked. Fantastic outcome for the St. Louis Blues. Never gave up.
That's right. They win 5-4 to force a Game 6. It is now time for Barry's Best, brought to you by Lexus. A thrilling victory in overtime. But I want to know, out of this St. Louis squad, who had the best clutch performance?
Robert Thomas. The guy was great. Tying goal twice. 2 tying goals in one game. That's phenomenal. He was dangerous every time he stepped on the ice. I couldn't have gave it to a bunch of guys like Nick Leddy. But Thomas was great from the start of the game. Never quit. Kept going. He deserves Alexis. A beautiful car like that. He deserves it. He got it.
All right, yeah, give him the nice fancy one with all the gadgets inside. They now head to St. Louis, and I cannot wait to see what happens. Barry, good best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Barry's Best is brought to you by Lexus. Experience amazing.
Colin Kaepernick has undertaken lots of ventures during his time away from the NFL. He started a publishing company, helped produce TV content. He's run camps for kids, done commercials, and continued his fight against injustice. And even while pointing out issues that affect NFL players, he never lost the desire to play pro football again. And Wednesday, he may have taken a big step in that direction. Kaepernick worked out for the Raiders in Las Vegas. This workout is first since he was exiled from the NFL in 2016. He hasn't played since then. And the numbers for Kaepernick are interesting. As you can see, his career QBR, touchdown to interception ratio, and yards per attempt are all better than the mystery player on the right. That player on the right just signed a 3-year, $122 million deal, and that's Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, the starter. Kaepernick turns 35 in November. Meanwhile, former Raiders coach John Gruden won 2 court rulings in his fight with the NFL over his firing. A Nevada judge ruled against the league's desire to have the litigation argued through private arbitration. The judge also denied the NFL's request to have the lawsuit dismissed in its entirety. The NFL plans to appeal.
Coming up on SportsCenter, an exclusive interview with Brittany Griner's wife, Sherelle, how she found out about Griner's wrongful detainment and a plea to the president. And later, on the 2-year anniversary of George Floyd's tragic death, we look back on what happened, what's changed, and where we go from here.
A bunch of artwork and exploitation of someone's demise and hatred put on display.
Still no.
Nothing more.
Hey, remember Daddy's birthday's tomorrow.
Again,
A gas card.
government didn't step in and change any laws or do anything. Hey, y'all get inside, man. It's crazy cold going around.
We've been coming here since 1868.
There's a lot of cushy desk jobs out there, but
This is a happy place.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn more at deer.com.
Chicken fries are back on the 2-for-5 mix and match at Burger
I got some Stonehenge hybrid.
Yes.
I'm gonna mix with some strawberry bubble gum.
Only at Burger King.
Introducing Tradicional Cristalino.
Our Confident Forever plan is possible with a CFP professional.
A CFP professional can help you build a complete financial plan. Visit letsmakeaplan.com.
I mean, the man got buried in a platinum casket. That's cool, I guess. Doesn't really do anything for
See Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th.
Sign up for YouTube TV and you can watch live sports and shows, just like cable. But there's a catch. It's over $750 less than cable per year.
I'll be in.
Wait, I guess that's a nice catch.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's gonna be a minute. It's a lot of tree.
The bank
In a minute.
this much damage. No one was hurt, and the seller has agreed to pay for a new roof before we
The
close.
difference between an agent and a
Please
realtor
continue
is
to
real.
roll it
The
on.
expertise to handle unexpected situations. That's who we are.
Three people walk into a bar. The first two order the same old logs. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with
There you go, the hard seltzer.
tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
People say Hawkins is cursed. They're not way off.
The war is coming.
I don't have my powers.
How about you? We can't win this war. It's hard.
I have not watched
A new car loses
enough of that. Stranger Things.
or more. That's why Farmers' new car
Check that out.
replacement to replace it with a new one of the same make and model. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers' policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
It's Macy's Memorial Day sale with incredible furniture and mattress
Riding with the
specials.
bombers.
Outdoor sofa,
Bum, 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 bum.
$9.99. And the customer favorite Jolene sectional, $13.99. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase. Now at Macy's.
The fight is done. We lost.
Sports Center is brought to you by Obi-Wan Kenobi. Where is he? 2 episode premiere streaming this Friday, only on Disney+.
All right, let's hit the ballparks now. Beginning at Yankee Stadium, home team hosts the Orioles there. J.P. Sears making his first start Wednesday. Had a couple of appearances out of the bullpen. This is first time with the
JP.
with the ball in his hand to start the game. Gets Anthony Santander. Ryan Mountcastle goes down looking, and Cedric Mullins gets tied up with a fastball. Sears, 5 innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, no earned runs, and check out the fam.
Oh,
That's our boy.
the day ones.
Bottom 4, still no score. Yankees with a runner with runners on the corners and went out. Miguel Andujar. That drops. Here comes Aaron Judge. Yankees take a 1-0 lead. They came in 16-7 at home and 4-1 against the Orioles at home this season. Top 9 Yankees up 2-0. Aroldis Chapman on the IL. So Clay Holmes on for the save. Orioles had runners on the corners and 2 outs, but Jorge Mateo swinging on the sinker. Yankees with their 5th shutout this season. Mets in San Francisco taking on the Giants. Bottom of the 1st, no score. 1 out. Evan Longoria, 2 on and 1 gone. This one travels 410 feet. 3-run shot first for Longoria this season. Mets out to a 3-0 lead. Later in the inning, 1 on and 1 out. John Peterson. Boy, he's been finding his power.
I was just mentioning Mr. Peterson 24 hours ago.
2020. Mets coming off a loss. They had won 14 straight games after a loss so far this season. Bottom of the 2nd, Giants up 8-0. Longoria extending the lead. Hit home runs each of the first 2 innings for the 2nd time in his career. The last time Longoria did it, not a single player in either starting lineup today had made his major league debut.
Mets can't get a point.
Going to win it 9-3 over the Mets.
And managed to get 3.
It has been 97 days since February 17th. That was the day WNBA star Brittany Griner was detained in Russia after being arrested at a Moscow airport for allegedly traveling with vape cartridges in her luggage. In those 97 days, American officials and league commissioners have intervened and provided support. But Griner's wife wants more. Sherelle Griner sat down in an exclusive interview with ESPN's Angela Rye.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, beautiful. I miss you. I just miss coming home and just seeing you in the house. Like, hearing you in the house.
much like that stuff matters or means to me until, I don't have it.
This is Sherelle Reiner interview. Marker.
Sherelle, thank you so much for being with me today. I know you've got to relive this day so much, but for folks who don't really know what happened, can you take us back to February 17th?
I woke up, I want to say around like 5 a.m. I was in our home in Phoenix thinking I'm just gonna wake up, get a message from BG. I landed in Russia, babe, but that was not the case. I had messages on my phone from BG, about 50 messages. Like it was just, babe, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Hello, 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 wake up. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what are they saying? She's like, they're not saying anything. They just have me in this room. Like, they just can't grab you and not tell you something. And, she's there for hours and they don't say anything.
What was the last thing she said to you before she left for Russia?
That's the irony of all of it. She didn't want to go back. So she just said she was so exhausted from always having to go overseas. And we talked about it and I was like, well, you know what, babe? Like, let's just make this your last year overseas then. I was like, you don't have to go back anymore. I was like, we'll figure something else out, when it comes to pay, because obviously there is a tremendous difference in the amount of money that she makes when she's playing WNBA versus when she goes overseas. And so that's why it's been something that she had to do. If the WNBA paid BG what she makes overseas and treated her the way she's treated overseas, she wouldn't go.
How is she doing? How do you know?
Exactly. I don't truly know.
Yes.
I'm in a position of complete vulnerability right now. I have to trust people that I didn't even know until February 17th. So I'm trusting, her lawyers to, tell me when they go see her, how is her spirit, how is her energy. But the truth of the matter is, because I haven't heard her voice myself, I don't 100% know. But I am being told that, she's doing okay.
A week after Brittany was detained, Russia invades Ukraine.
That almost killed me, actually. I was terrified what that meant. I thought that was it. I'm like, I'm really never going to see her again.
Is she being used as a political pawn?
Yes. Yes.
If it was LeBron or KD or Steph Curry, do you think that you would be sitting here today?
Respectfully and no shade to them when I say this, but the answer to that question would be no.
Have you spoken to the president?
I have not.
Not met with him?
No.
If you had the opportunity, Sherelle, today to say something to President Biden, what would you say?
If he is a person that can get my person back, I would love to meet him. I have requested a meeting with him. And so I hope he accepts in the near future, to meet with me, because I want my person back. I feel every second that BG's not here. Most people are counting by the days, but it's not days for me. Okay. Okay, I need a second.
It's okay. Take your time.
Well, so many are feeling the pain of her absence. Seattle Storm forward Breanna Stewart said this on Twitter on Wednesday. It has been 97 days since our friend Brittany Griner has been wrongfully detained in Russia. It is time for her to come home. White House, we are paying attention and we are counting on you. #WeAreBG.
Starting up, Jalen Rose joins us to discuss how Boston found its groove in Miami to move within one game of a trip to the NBA Finals and what went wrong for the Heat. Coming up on SportsCenter.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then you'll have immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
Can I get 10 large fries, please?
I'm gonna need like 10 egg McMuffin sandwich things.
Night or the next morning, you've been loyal. Every order
earns points redeemable for free McDonald's when you order with the McDonald's app.
The only way you're ever gonna know what you're made of is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? The new Grand Cherokee, made for what you're made of.
Shop and buy online with Jeep eShop. During the Jeep Memorial Day sales event, get 0% financing, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on 2022 Grand Cherokee WK models.
Who do you think you are? Saying no to settling, and yes to getting all of the above. Oh, right.
Hey, Teron, you still here?
TJ Maxx, where you can afford to be you to the max.
At Duracell, we're obsessed with bringing a better battery to life. Your life. New Duracell power boost ingredients to power more when it matters. More life in your controller, so it's game over for him. More time powering her mobile. For the power nap you need. More from your headlamp at its brightest. For more brilliant memories. Engineered for you. Engineered for more.
Welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix.
They call him Mr. Smile. Spreading that baseball joy one play at a time. Francisco Lindor, keep on smiling on Sunday Night Baseball.
At Chipotle, our garlic guajillo recipe brings a whole new dimension to steak. Our most tender cuts, hand-seasoned and grilled fresh, mixed with garlic and guajillo peppers, finished with fresh lime and cilantro. All new garlic guajillo steak. It's a whole new dimension of flavor.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's Cars for Kids. Pick up is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
At Chipotle, our garlic guajillo recipe brings a whole new dimension to steak. Our most tender cuts, hand-seasoned and grilled fresh, mixed with garlic and guajillo peppers, finished with fresh lime and cilantro. All new garlic guajillo steak. It's a whole new dimension of flavor.
Welcome back. The struggling Phillies visiting the